We know that the president has already launched legal challenges on a number of states. Firstly, let's take a listen to what the president has to say.
We think we will win the election very easily. We think there's going to be a lot of litigation because we have so much evidence, so much proof, and it's going to end up perhaps at the highest court in the land. We'll see. But we think there'll be a lot of litigation because we can't have an election stolen like this.
So we just heard from the president there, Dr. Shinar. Tell me, what actually is the legal process that the president is launching that he feels so confident about?
Well, there's actually not one legal process. There are many and multiple legal processes because the rules in every state, the election rules in every state are different, right? So each state, according to the federal constitution, determines its own rules, and therefore each litigation in every state will be different. So some of the claims, so there are simple claims, first of all, for some of the states that where he will be demanding a recount, right? If the difference between the votes is close, it's a 0.5% or 1%, and in some states he's legally entitled to request a recount, and he'll do that. In other states, some of the claims that he has have to do with transparency of voting, not letting Republican observers near the voting sites and observe the process. And then there are more general claims which have more, I think, legal basis, and those have to do with the mail-in ballots that arrive after the polls have closed. There are a variety of states, several states. Pennsylvania is actually one of them, and that's sort of the central state of contention, where the Supreme Court in Pennsylvania has allowed the ballots to arrive until Friday, so that is 3 days after the closing of the ballots. And I think most of these ballots are going to be Democratic ballots, right? Because Democrats vote more by mail, and they're from areas where Democrats are strongly positioned. And regarding those ballots, his argument is that all ballots that should be counted should arrive by the election day or the end of the election day. And that's what I think he's referring to when he says that all legal votes should be counted and all the ballots that arrive afterwards are illegal votes.
So tell me, as you mentioned, we really are seeing this huge spike in mail-in voting, obviously due to the pandemic. Tell me, how dangerous are these accusations coming from President Trump?
Well, in terms of them being dangerous, I think as lawyers or as a lawyer, what you need to first think about is their validity. And I think a lot of his claims have very little to stand on in terms of the evidence that has been produced regarding each of these claims, right? So all these mass allegations of, burning of cards or lack of transparency or, widespread fraud. I'm happy to see evidence if there is evidence for that, but I don't think there is, and I think it's not an accident that no such evidence has been produced. But I think we need to distinguish those claims, which are reckless, really, and what they inspire is simply not great confidence in the voting system, which is what he's trying to do, right? So he's trying to undermine the integrity of the process, and then generating, this sense that everything was stolen, I was robbed, nothing is fair. All these, of course, I think are reprehensible. And then there's the other facet, which are the pure legal arguments about those mail-in ballots that I think have arrived late. And I think that's where he has sort of a strong, he's on a stronger footing because those claims have some basis. And there has been a signal from the Supreme Court in October that those claims will be favorably reviewed. Now, the Supreme Court, actually no court has stopped the count. But there is some indication that when this case arrives to the Supreme Court, and the Pennsylvania case is already docketed on the Supreme Court, then the newly conservative majority might grant President Trump what he's wishing, and that is to not count the votes that have arrived after Tuesday. Now, in the end, that, of course, may not matter. First of all, because maybe he's going to have a majority in Pennsylvania regardless, or because in the end, he won't need Pennsylvania because Biden's going to win other states.